Hello, this is my commentary on Battlefield free-to-play. A fun game, relatively fun game, but definitely the first thing I'd like to start off with is the fact that this game is not free. It's free-to-play, but everything else costs money, so I guess this is also one of the reasons why I decided to quit this game, but it's not really... It's one of the main reasons, but not really the reason. There is no one reason that made me quit this game. There's a lot of reasons. First of all, as I said like a couple of seconds ago, everything in this game costs money, and it's really pissing me off because it's basically a scam. It says, you know, Battlefield free to play, and it is free to play. But the thing is that you're gonna need good weapons. You're gonna need a lot of other stuff, and the guys that eventually give money in order to get credits, in order to buy things in this game, they call them credits, but basically everything you get for credits is paid for money. You know, in order to get credits, you have to pay real money. So you basically, either way, you're paying real money in order to get these things. You know, it's not like you can get credits for free. I tried to do it, and there's no way, other than maybe, I don't know, hacking or trying to do something else, which is rather risky. There's no way, as far as I know, that you can get credits freely. Everything, in order to get the credits to buy everything in this game, you have to pay real money. So, as far as I'm concerned, you have to pay real money in order to play properly this game. What I mean by properly, well, keep in mind a few other things that I'm going to explain right about now. First of all, obviously the weapons and pieces of clothing, uniform, that stuff. Yeah, you start off with default weapons and uniform and that, but it's obviously crap. And if you want to get better weapons, which you ultimately will because you have no choice, you have to pay money. Now, there's a lot of reasons why that is wrong. It's supposed to be a free-to-play game, but it's a fucking scam. It's not a free-to-play game, but this is just the beginning. It gets a lot worse. It gets a lot worse. You can also buy boosters, which basically help you get experience faster. You can make more damage with the RPG. For people that don't know, that's, you know, the anti-tank bazooka, or it's not a bazooka, it's an RPG, it's a different weapon. You also get extra slots for weapons and stuff. One of the weird things about this game too is the fact when you start, there's no grenades. I mean, you don't have to buy grenades, but it's like you have to invest skill points in order to obtain grenades. It's really weird. I've never seen any other FPS do that. But yeah, it's not that you have to pay for grenades, but it's pretty bizarre why you actually have to level up and invest skill points. You can also buy skill points, which is absolutely the worst thing about one of the worst things about this game. You know, the rest of us have to play like I don't know how fucking long in order to level up, because skill points are very scarce in this game. It takes a lot of time to level up. Sure, the first 5 or 6 levels it's pretty fast because, you know, you're just beginning. But as soon as you pass level 8, leveling up starts very slowly. And there's a lot of skills, a lot of useful skills that you can use, but everything requires like 3 skill points. With a few exceptions. There are 1 or 2 skills that only you can put 1 skill point and that's it. But everything else, you either put 1 or 3 skill points, sometimes even 4, and it's just scarce. You cannot decide where to put skill points because they're so scarce. In the beginning, you level up pretty fast, and you think that that's gonna be throughout the entire game, but it isn't. As soon as you reach the higher levels, it becomes very slow to level up. So the fact that you can buy skill points is so fucking... I've never seen any game, and this was supposed to be a free-to-play game, by the way. I've never seen any game become this cheap when it comes to leveling up, where actually you're able to attain skill points through money. That is absolutely... I've never seen... And the irony is, this is supposed to be a free-to-play fucking game. Free-to-play my ass. It's free-to-play, but everything else costs money, and... I don't know, I just get even more pissed off about it when I remember why I invested my time into this crap. It's just not free to play. It's free to play, but everything else costs money, and the people who pay in order to get weapons, skill points, experience, boosters, have such a huge advantage over you. It's simply not worth it, because it's fucking not, it's absolutely not worth it. I mean, you can fare to some extent with the default weapons that they give you, but it's just that the guys that buy things have such a huge advantage. I could probably live through it if it was only the weapons, but the fact that they also get like skill points they can buy, the fact that they can buy boosters, it's absolutely, it's bullshit. It's just bullshit. It's just not worth playing this game at all. If you're not willing to spend money on this game, just don't play it at all, because it's just not worth it playing with people who have huge advantages over you. It's fucking bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I do not see the point at all. And it's not just the thing that you have to pay for the game. There's other things which I want to talk about right now. Now, for example, the jets have an how do you call these missiles? Anti-aircraft missiles. Now, if you're flying with a jet, or sometimes even with some helicopters that have less armor, and you get hit from a Stinger or an Igla, you know that anti-aircraft missile launchers from the ground, you die instantly. However, if you're able to hit an enemy jet or a helicopter with a rocket, they don't blow up. It takes like 3 or 4 hits, and that would be fine. However, there's one very, very, very big problem with this. Missiles in this game, it's not just the jet missiles, the RPG missiles I've noticed as well sometimes, the TAL missiles from the APC, tend to be very, very random. Sometimes, you know, there's no objects or anything between you and the target. You're shooting to a plane, for example, directly in the air, which has nothing disturbing the path between you and the shot, and the missile flies straight to it, and in the last moment zooms in somewhere else, flies off to the left or right. It's fucking bullshit. Every missile in the game do this, whether it's the RPG or they tend to hit, but they're very random. I don't understand why that is. Is it some kind of a game engine issue? What the problem is here? I don't know, but it's very bizarre how missiles have such a random course. You never know. You know, you always shoot hoping that they're gonna go straight and homing missiles are gonna follow their target, but they don't. A lot of the time, you just do weird things. So many times I've been flying in a jet, and I'm shooting at an enemy jet, and the missile just fly off to some random direction. You never know what the fuck they're doing. Why the hell are they going there? You know, I'm aiming down the fucking jet, and I hit the launch button, but you know, it's so difficult to fucking hit them. And even when you do hit them, I'm gonna be coming down to my second point, which really pisses me off: the fact that enemy jets and helicopters, especially the attack helicopters, have ridiculous hit points. Why is it that you have to hit them 4 or even 5 times in order to destroy them with a missile? I don't understand. And the thing which gets even more annoying, which I was talking about a few seconds ago, they can just fly back without even landing on their own carrier or in their home base. They can just fly through it, and in the middle of the air, the vehicle gets repaired. This is one of the stupidest things that I've seen in any video game so far. The fact that you can simply fly over your own base, and the jet magically heals itself. And it's the same thing with the attack helicopters. It's even worse with the attack helicopters because they have huge hit points. You cannot begin to understand how many times I've been able to successfully target attack helicopters with missiles, and it doesn't matter how many times you hit them, they just go back. Out of, I don't know, 20 or 30 times that I have attacked with a jet, attack helicopters with a missile, maybe 3 or 4 times I was able to destroy them. Because it's not the fact that you're not able to hit them, it's just that even when you do hit them, missiles just do very small damage, and I don't understand where that comes from. Usually in real life, if if such a missile, whenever, regardless if it's a Stinger missile or a missile from a jet, if it hits an enemy aircraft, whenever it's a jet or a helicopter, that's instant kill right there. You know, flying vehicles are not as tough as this game makes them out to be. And don't even get me started on the fact that they can just fly over their own base and get fucking repaired in the middle of the air. That is absolute... I won't even comment on that. And there's lots of other things as well. But I think I pretty much covered the main things which pissed me off about this game. There's the spawn point issue. Every fucking time that I die, I have to select where the fuck am I supposed to spawn, whenever I should spawn in combat or I should spawn in home base. Now, why couldn't, like, the other Battlefields have it? Just, I think this is a classic from the other Battlefields, but I wish there was some option that you could just select once before you start the game or something like that. And you know, every time you die, it automatically respawns you there instead of having to select every single time where to go. It's fucking bullshit, you know? And it's really pissing me off because I usually select spawn and home base, mainly because I like using vehicles. And I hope that sometimes when the full server's not full, I can get something, you know, APC, tank, jet, helicopter, whatever. But usually, sometimes I can't even select it because this is another issue which I want to talk about. It starts lagging out. I don't know if that's just me, if it's a game issue, if it's a connection issue, but I think it's not because most of the time the game runs fine. However, in the death screen, it starts lagging out. And I don't understand why that is. I cannot say what the issue there is, but why the fuck isn't it fixed? Is the question I should be asking. You know, if the other part of the game seems to run fine, with a very few exceptions, so the death screen should be able to also run fine, but it seems to lag, and somebody doesn't care because that thing is not fucking fixed. Sometimes the game also crashes. Sometimes if you have a shitty connection, it can just throw you out of the server. Although I would like to say that's not really a problem because it happens, but it's very rare to actually have these problems. Most of the time, what I was talking about before was the fact that in the death screen it starts lining out like crazy, and it's really annoying when you have to select where to spawn. Because here's my problem: when I spawn in battle, you never know where you're gonna spawn. You can spawn right in front of an enemy tank and get instantly killed. You can spawn in front of a sniper, in front of a group of enemies. You know, it's so random where you're gonna spawn, and a lot of the times you just get killed for spawning in stupid locations. That's another thing that they forgot to fix in the game, or maybe they just didn't care about. I don't know what the fuck the issue is there, but I don't know. I got so pissed off over it, over all of these problems, that I decided to fucking just quit. I mean, it's a fun game, but it's not enough. I don't know. It's not enough realism. It's not enough. It has a lot of problems. Basically, it's not a bad game, but it just has. I would not recommend it. It has pretty. If they wouldn't commercialize this as a free game, I would have a better opinion on it. But the way they just fucking scam you really pisses me off. It's like Battlefield free to play, and it was 1 week ago I started playing. I was searching through the EA's website. You know, you hear free to play and you hear, oh great, a free game, but it's not. You know, it's so stupid playing a free game without buying anything because, like I mentioned before, you're not gonna get weapons, you're not gonna get enough skill points, you're not gonna get any boosters, anything like that. Now, they do have something which they call the daily draw. I'm gonna post it in the screenshots at my end of the video if anybody cares. It's basically 8 cards, and you choose one, and it's based on luck. Whatever you find, you get. But here's the problem: out of 8 cards, only 2 are gonna get permanent items, and all of the other cards have like uniforms that last 24 hours or 1 day or 2 days, you know. Weapons, sometimes they give you weapons that last a day. And how do you call these? I'm trying to remember the name of the fucking face mask. How was the name of this? Baklava face or something like that, some shit like that. And it's even more annoying because when you get a good weapon that lasts for like 2 or 3 days, you know, you see how better it is to fucking play. It's just a fucking tease, you know. You get the weapon and it's like, oh, it's like they're saying that they're trying to tell you, look how awesome it would be if you actually bought this weapon, you know. Every day that I've played the game, I've participated in the daily draw, and it's very, 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 very rare that you actually gonna get a tournament item. They do have sometimes tournament weapons and one moment. They do have like tournament weapons and sometimes tournament uniforms and that face mask, what you call it, and sometimes other stuff like bandages and these needle things that heal you. Oh yeah, the adrenaline shot. I remember the name. Which also, even though they're not technically permanent because they have a limited how you say, for example, 50 adrenaline shots, and when you use them out, then you have to buy more. So you know, again, it all comes down to fucking money, which is really fucking pissing me off. Why the fuck are they selling it as a free game when it's not a fucking free game? You know, if it's not free, don't say it's fucking free, you know? It's just pissing me off. Supposedly it's free, but everything is fucking costing money. So, how free exactly is it? It's free to play and nothing more. That's the reality of the situation in this game. And yeah, those are my main objections about the game. It's not a bad game, but it has pretty much a lot of problems that need to be fixed. I don't like this game. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the game, but I don't like it. I would much rather play Battlefield 2 rather than Play4Free because, you know, I like the classic situation where you pay for the game once and you get the game, you know. You don't have to buy a new weapon every time you fucking level up. You don't have to buy boosters, buy adrenaline shots, buy fucking uniforms. And I guess if you had money to spare, if you don't mind buying all these things, it could be a good game for you. But it's just, when you're in my situation where, you know, you cannot afford to do any of those things, it's fucking annoying, you know. Just fucking annoying. The people who buy things have such a huge advantage in this game. This game is just for people who are willing to spend money on weapons, but I just don't see the point of that. Why? Why would I spend money on a weapon? Even because it's obviously not a real weapon. It's just an in-game weapon. It's just something that doesn't exist. It's like throwing away money in the trash. Because when you buy that weapon, you can only use it and that's it. As far as I know, you can't trade it. You can't exchange it. The game doesn't allow it. So what happens is you use it, and if you level up and you can buy a better weapon, then you have to buy another weapon. And it's investing money that you cannot get back. It's just wasting money. You know, I said incorrectly investing. It's just wasting money. And the fact that they can actually give players like skill points, boosters, it just completely ruins the game. You know, the rest of us have to play for a huge amount of time to get experience. Because, like I mentioned before, skill points are very scarce in this game. And some douchebag can depend on his mommy and daddy to pay him for like shit, and he has everything that I should be fucking getting for playing this game for so long, but you know, I don't get it. You know, it's fucking bullshit. If you get serious with this game, you have to buy things. You just have to. There's no fucking way. One of the things that I forgot to mention about the game earlier is the fact that, first of all, the weapon slots. I completely forgot to talk about that. Basically, you pay money and you get another slot for another weapon. And the second thing which I totally forgot to talk about is the fact that when you fly with the jets, the maps are actually pretty small, and there's a border issue. If you leave the border area, it starts counting down 6 or 8 seconds, I think it is, and after the countdown ends, you instantly get killed, which is really annoying, because when you're playing with a jet, you move really, really fast, and if you directly cut in front of this border area, it's actually very difficult to turn around and move in the other direction. So if they ever listen to their fans, it will be a good idea to increase the border area, because especially when flying with a jet, you in the beginning you will get killed many times, because you've accidentally exited the map border area, and it's just too difficult to turn around 360 degrees. And that's it. That's basically it. That's all I wanted to say about it. Do I recommend this game? No. Absolutely not. Like I mentioned before, I'd much rather have a game where it's a classic situation. You pay for the game once and you get the game. I would never consider buying weapons online. I would never consider buying skill points, boosters, and I don't know what else. Because they cannot fucking milk you for money for every single thing that they fucking decide to fucking charge you with. That's all from me. If you like this game, play it, but whatever. I guess that's just your opinion. I do not recommend this game. Just buy Battlefield 2 or Battlefield 3. Yeah, you buy the game once, but you have the fucking game, and you don't have to fucking give money for every single item that you get in the game. Now, I haven't played Battlefield 3 because I don't have a powerful enough computer, but I'm guessing that you don't have to buy things there too. So yeah. Comment, say what your opinion on the matter is, but that's my opinion on it.